This is Sports Matters with Jerry Coughlan.
It's so retro.
We cover all the biggest sports on the planet. MMA, boxing, snooker, football, darts, you name it, and we cover it. Check out all the latest interviews with Jerry and the Stairs weekly on Sports Matters.
Okay, so welcome to Sports Matters with me, Jerry Coughlan. I'm joined simply by one of the greats in darts, 10-time world champion Trina Gulliver. Trina, how's things with you?
I'm good, thank you, love.
That's
you
good,
okay?
That's good. I'm good. I'm actually, for me, this is an honour because me and you go back so long. Like, there was a time back in 2000 at the Women's World Masters. I remember being starstruck when I first, got to meet you in person. But you actually brought me to the souvenir shop and bought me one of the dare programs to get signed by the players. So this is a great honour for me. 16 years later, and we're on the phone together.
Thank you very much. That just realises how long I've been doing this job.
You've been doing it a long time, but of course, it's been very achieving for you because you've done so much. So, we've got to ask you, how did it start for you first day? Did it start for you? Your parents owned a pub and you started throwing. Is it from the age of 2?
Yes, it was. It was. I was about 2, and I was on sat on a bar stool, or stood on a bar stool, and yes, that was apparently. Obviously, I can't remember that. So yes, stood on a bar stool and threw my first dart at the age of 2. So, and it's gone from there.
Good stuff. And can you remember the first tournament you ever played in? What age were you?
I was 14. So I was 14, and first tournament was a Warwickshire Youth Tournament. And I played in the ladies, and I also played in in the girls, and I also played in the boys as well. And I won both. So, and from that point, they asked me to sign up for Warwickshire Youth, and that's where it's all stemmed from, really.
Good stuff. And of course, the BDO provide a great platform because, you do get the honour to travel all around Europe and, even the world. But I believe you got your first English cap. It was 1994, wasn't it, when you first played for England?
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, remember it really well. Maureen Flowers was actually non-playing captain then as well. And, brilliant experience, fantastic. I was absolutely overwhelmed with that.
A great achievement always to play for your country, and of course, back then, darts it's such a big game, for so many years. Of course, it pretty much kicked off in 1978, but the kind of world championships in regards to ladies, it wasn't really introduced till 2001. I'd say you were really happy to see that kind of established.
Yeah, of course, and not being funny or anything, but I was at the forefront of that. So, I had a lot to do with us getting our own World Darts Championship. So, then back in the day it was obviously called the MC. And then it changed to Lakeside. But yes, I was at the forefront of that, and brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and it's gone from strength to strength since. Of
course. Why do you think it took so long? Because obviously there were some great characters back in the 80s, as you say, Maureen Flowers and players like that. But why do you think it took so long? Was it just something that never transpired, or do you reckon it was just only a matter of time before someone actually pushed to get it done like yourself?
Well, probably a little bit of both. It's a little bit of everything. It's the thing of getting it pushed along as well. It's all to do with media as well, media attention. A lot of people didn't know even then, whereas there was a men's tournament, there was a ladies tournament running alongside, so but the ladies just didn't get the media coverage. So it was a bit behind the times if you kind of look at it like that way. But then it's changing now. We're getting a lot more media attention. There's some brilliant darts that you can see from the ladies, and they're more entertaining than the men sometimes.
I think so. I agree, definitely.
Yeah. So it's brilliant.
And I must say that the standard is, as you said, the standard is quite good. Like, there's a lot of ladies there that would, they do a job in the men. It's that good standard. But it was fantastic to see it kick off in 2001 after years and years of waiting. Tell us, what was it like to win that first World Championship?
Yeah, it was brilliant, wasn't it? It was just, I always remember the first game that we went out on. It was me and Chrissy. She was Chrissy Howard at the time. She's now Chrissy Manley, married to Peter Manley.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And it was the first ever game. And an official said to us, "Now then, girls, you do realise that the rest of the ladies' game future with BBC and TV and media relies on this game." We went, "Oh, okay, no pressure, thanks very much." And we both went out there and did a brilliant game. So, we did the best we could, and it was a great platform for us to build on.
It was. I was actually at the game because, as I said, the first time, because obviously, I had a friend that played in the Women War Masters Youth in 2000. He represented Ireland, and then, of course, you won the Women War Masters in 2000, and I think it was about maybe, I'd say 2 minutes after you actually won the trophy that I actually got a picture with you at the side of the stage. And then,
all right.
yeah, it was literally that fast, because I know it was you and John Boy Walton that won it. And then we went over to the embassy then in 2001, so I somehow managed to sneak into the practice room because obviously being young and stuff, they let me in there because, I was probably pestering them all day. But I remember seeing the two of you practice, you and Chrissy, and I just knew it was going to be a cracker of a game. And you had many great games after. It was a nice little rivalry you had for a couple of years, as you mentioned in the book as well.
Well, me and Chrissy are good mates, and that, we always are. We still keep in touch, although she's not playing herself now. She was best woman at my wedding and everything. So, and Francis as well. Francis was the one that was the main contender at that point in time, really.
Of course.
So, Francis Hoenselaar. So, and we still keep in touch, and we're still great mates.
Does Francis still play? Because I know you beat Francis in a couple of finals, and then she finally got that world title under the belt. But she's still throwing away a small bit. She's not actually. She's retired. So unfortunately, she had a motorbike accident. So and broke her wrist, and all her wrist is pinned up. So put her out of action. So, but yeah, still a lovely girl, and I've had many great times with both of them. Some great games. And of course, I have to go back just before you play that. I know you've done a bit of carpentry as well, and you taught carpentry in a college. That's pretty awesome. That's cool, to have a trade as well. Yeah. I still do a little bit every now and again. I try and do a little bit, and I try and fit it in around the darts. So yeah, that's. I'm getting too old for it though now. Not at all. It's getting a bit too heavy for me now. Well, what we say in Cork is our Trina Gulliver will never age. You look exactly the same as you done 20 years ago. It's a fact. So. Yeah, you do. You've always had that blonde hair and the smirk when you're throwing it there. So no, you're never going to age. Trust me. Well, it's getting a little bit grey now. Blonde hair's getting a little bit grey. I'm 28 years of age and I'm going grey. It is in a bottle. You do realise that, don't you? Look, we'll say nothing. And Trina, if I was to ask you, you've won 10 World Championships, it's probably never going to be done again when it comes to female lady darts. But would there be anyone in particular that would mean the most to you, or are they all just as equal? They are kind of like all equal, but there's a couple that are the 10th one. Yeah. Right, this one is special because you're aware that I lost my mum on the last one. So, and she insisted that I went to defend. Yeah. Which I was not uncomfortable in doing, but I respected her wishes. Of course. But my head wasn't there, and hasn't been since. So, I've gone every year then to try and get that. That was 2011. So, it's taken me 5 years to get that 10. So that's a toughie, a real toughie. So, first is always going to be special. You just think, well, first one. So, but there's so many of them that are special for different reasons. Of course. So, yeah. So they're all equal. And it was great to see you win the 10th one because, I know what it meant to you because there was a couple of years, and I know you worked so hard for it. So we were all delighted to see you win that. So once again, congratulations on that 10th world title. And we have no doubt the 11th will, fingers crossed, come next year as well. We believe you can do it.
That would be great. That would be icing on the cake again. I'm just enjoying my 10th at the moment, and we'll see how it all goes.
Good stuff. Like, you've won numerous tournaments. I believe it's over 300 tournaments, which is an incredible number. Like, you won the BDO Women War Masters. You won in 2000, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005. You won the World Arts Trophy. Tell us, on your travels, what kind of countries do you enjoy getting to most?
Do you know what? There's so many lovely countries that we go to. But I have to say that probably, I can go to Malaysia, South Africa, Australia and everything like that. I love Australia, but the most hospitable country for me and the most organised is the Dutch.
The Dutch, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're brilliant. It's a great tournament as well, and they're so organised and, really nice people.
Good stuff. And just for all the girls that are playing darts around the pub leagues and, the younger girls coming up, what advice can you give them to reach the top?
Well, it just takes a lot of dedication, a lot of commitment, a lot of hard work. It's the same as anything. If you want to achieve, you have to put the effort in. So it's the same in anything, in any walk of life, and whatever you choose to do. So yeah, it's a lot of hard work.
Good stuff. And just in general, I'd always kind of ask players, in the years, how often would they practice per day? Would they put in? I used to hear mad stories back in the day that some players would practice 8 hours a day. Would you practice that many hours per day?
Not a chance. It's the long and short of it. No way. And that is down to each individual.
Yeah.
You should know. You will get to know at least how much you need to practice. You can practice too much, I think.
Of course.
So everybody has their own level of practice. Yeah. And if you go to the board and you're playing poorly, just walk away from it, because all it does is knock your confidence. There's a lot more to it than the physical side of it. It's also the mental side as well.
I know about that.
So, yeah. So, there's, and if you are playing poorly, that's only going to knock your confidence. So just walk away, okay? Maybe a couple of hours later, you might want to throw again, or leave it for a day, and then just go back to the board. And if you're playing well, you'll want to play for longer anyway, because you're enjoying it. There's no point in throwing at the board and not enjoying it, because it's purposeless.
That's true.
So,
they're wise words. I appreciate that. I'm going to take that on board, and I might rediscover the form I had when I was a youth player. Yeah. Quick question. Do you still play the drums?
I do. I do, yeah. I do. I haven't got them out there. They're not set up at home, though, at the moment. They're tucked away in the garage at the minute.
Look, you might get to it there in a couple of weeks or a couple of months.
Yeah,
that week where you want to do it. Trina, we have to say it's an absolute honour. We want to congratulate you on the MBE as well, and of course I was a big fan of your book, The Golden Girl, which I've read it twice. It's incredible.
Have you?
I have. I love reading books.
Did you like it?
I did. It was very good, and because I can kind of I've watched you, as I said, from as long as I can remember. I've always watched videos on YouTube, and of course BBC. I'd watched the World Championships, and of course I've been to the Women War Masters a couple of times. So it was great to read it. There was some great stories, and definitely inspiring. So you're a massive credit to your family and yourself. So I hope you know that.
Thank you very much. That's brilliant.
That means a lot. So I have no doubt, Trina, I'm going to see you in the future anyway. We're going to exhibition or somewhere. We'll see you in Cork, Ireland soon. And we just want to wish you all the best.
Invite it over. Get some exhibitions over. I would love to come over there.
Definitely. We're in the process of actually contacting you pretty soon. So I'll make sure you're well looked after when you come over. Trina, honour as always. Have a great week, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much.